Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video we're going to go over the Reflector app. That's right, if you like to share your screen while podcasting or doing whatever it is you do with your video and audio, Reflector is a pretty good app. And some fellows have asked me what's my setup, and someone had asked how do you do the screen recording. Well, one option is it's actually built into the iOS. You can use the iOS version of the Reflector, but it usually leaves everything in the big screen. But with Reflector, you can like adjust the screen, make it bigger, make it smaller. Without any further ado, let's get started. So what you'll need is an iPhone or Android app or any phone that has screen sharing. You'll find all the different versions of Reflector on their website. And so basically, what you want to do is you'll have a PC or a Mac. They usually work by default. So you have your everything ready. By default, I have my Reflector to start up as soon as my machine starts up, so that it's just always ready to go. You never know when I'm going to do a screen sharing. And you'll see a little menu on the top right hand corner of your desktop right there. See that? And if you go to here, this little looks like an old-fashioned webcam. That's how they think they looked back in the day when they first came out. And you would most likely, right, you would select your device. And you see, voila, it appears. Now by default, see, so it's there. So you can see everything there. And by default, it's always going to load really big. But you have some options in the settings where you can see scale to fill screen, or best for Mac Retina. See that? And you could always adjust it accordingly to your liking. So let's say, for example, I want it there, and maybe I want it a little bit bigger so that you guys can see me. And to know, sometimes you want to monitor your adjustments, or you want to do a soldering videos. Sometimes I do those soldering tutorials, right? And as you can see, we can see right there, and I want to solder something, or maybe I want to play a game, give you guys a gaming tutorial. This isn't really gaming, but you get the gist of it. Well, let's just see which game that is. That would be Tetris, probably the Space Invader one. See? Too bad there's no music. That would be cool. It's just a regular. Anyway, this was something I had done in one of the soldering tutorials. And if you want to monitor it, that's a different feature, but I just want to make sure that when I'm monitoring it, right, everything is, I just want to make sure I'm in my screen. Whoops. I believe it's this key right here. See? And then I can just, let's see, this isn't part of Reflector. This is another application, but I just want to make sure that I'm not overlapping, as you can see. Because whenever you do a screen sharing, you always want your image to be a little bit smaller, so you can engage the audience, right, in the experience of whatever it is that you are presenting. So in this case, whoops, that's the only thing you got to be careful for. Sometimes things can get a little bit glitchy, but I want it to be probably like that, and then bring it right about here. You decide how you want to adjust it, and then for me, I'm going to close this. In case you're wondering what this app is called, this is actually the HitPaw screen recording app. And then I just go back here into my F8 key, and now I know that I'm over there. I can't see myself while I'm recording, but I can monitor it that way. So that's how Reflector works in that sense, and you can see everything in the phone. Now, if Reflector isn't working, this is what you got to do to troubleshoot to get it working. You would go into your let's see, we'll go back into our desktop. You don't need to see my hand. So what you do is you just close that out. And now we're back into our screen, but you go into your system settings, okay? And then you go into, I believe it's privacy. Everything's in alphabetical order, so you don't have to worry. You go into privacy and security, and then you click on camera. And you want to make sure that that's ticked on. You know how it took me a while to figure this out, but now Reflector works the way I like it to. Sometimes if you run it for too long, it'll crash, but it just works now. And I'll just shut this off so the battery doesn't die, which is great. I just wish I knew this in the beginning, so I'm sure this video will help you guys. So you see how it's on? Just make sure it's on, and then Reflector will work its magic. Now, another way to use reflector, as you can see here, let me go back here. So you notice how we were able to see our, use the camera. Now, another way, and one more setting you have to do, all right, to get reflector, you would make sure you're in reflector and then go into settings. And then you want to make sure connection, select there, 4K, right? I like to do 4K, but best for retina, we have that selected. One-time passcode. You want to make sure one-time passcode is selected. For some reason, that just works out some of the kinks that the app has. Now, when Apple updates the iOS, well, good luck getting it working. The next way I'm going to show you, but you might have luck using it this way, through the settings and that little, you select your camera. Now the other way, right? I'm just going to close this out of the way, and I'm going to close this camera. Now the other way is you have your phone, right? And you will go, I'll show you in a second. I'll just get it started. Hopefully when reflector is on, you'll see a menu and your, see right there. But in order to see this menu, you have to swipe down and then go there, and you'll see RF4 Mac Pro. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have that selected. Let me just make sure that that's there, because I remember there's some spacing issue. Yeah, and so, or you can choose whatever other device you have. Now, if you choose Mac Pro, of course, by default, Apple has it built in. The only downside is, as you can see, wait for it, it just creates a big screen. It's a pain. And by default, it's in this window. Let me see if I can move it over to this window. See, it's just big, and I can't move it over. See that? I'm trying to pick it up with the mouse and drag it over, and it's not letting me. And there's no, now that's why people use reflector, because if I choose reflector, it'll appear, and I can move it around. And not just that, let's see if this will work. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's see if it'll orient. There's no orientation. The accelerometer is not activated, but you just go here to the menu right there, and you click force orientation. I believe it would be right, but you won't know until you actually use your camera. And then if I go to video, let's see, and everything looks good. See, look at that. Oh, you can't see anything as of yet. We'll just shrink this one. See, move around, you can see things. And then this is, which is great, but the reason why the other version of reflector works better is because, see, I don't see video. I don't have the metrics of cinematic, video, portrait, etc. And the other camera is activated by the accelerometer, so you can flip it, go backwards, forwards, whereas this one, you see it's not rotating. And if you like, you can also do this. Let's say, you want to have the iPhone experience. You go there and you can choose, where is it? Right up there. iPhone frame. We could choose, well, let's choose black. Whoops. As you can see, there we are. Welcome back to Everything That Glitches. See, and it looks like an iPhone. Kind of neat, huh? The only downside to this now is you can't stretch it out. See how I'm trying to stretch it? See, I can't, maybe from there. There's an angle somewhere there's a hot corner that will allow you to stretch it out. See that? It's just not working. It did back in the day. They probably just need to fix this. And as you can see, it's not. To get it working so you can shrink it, you just basically go back up and you take out, kind of like this is cool. I just wish, let's see what other options we have. Default size. See, that's default size, which is much bigger. It probably can't see me now. And best for retina. But what if you want it smaller? That's the only downside. See, somewhere in there's a hot corner. I just wish, maybe with my fingers. No. So to get the hot corners back, this will look cool. I just like it like that. So we go here and we scroll up again, and then we go here and we select no frames. And now, oops, just click there. It's adjustable. It's a little tricky to find the hot corners, but you'll find it. See, it's adjustable, and now you can maybe do a soldering video or show the folks what's down there below. But the other one, so then what we'll do is we'll close this and just eliminate it, or we can just swap it from here on the menu on the top. So what we'll do is we will go here to the little drop menu. See, and this one actually works better. So we can get rid of the other screen sharing. See, it just won't let us. But what you do is you just go back. Let's say, oh my God, there's so many screens. So you just click the X right here. Now, when you click the X, you have to pray that your phone is discoverable again. Okay. So I believe it was this one. Yes. This one is fine. Oops, see? It's not. I hate when that happens. Oh, we're back to everything that glitches. So hopefully we can get the phone again. Oh, there we go. Nope. So what we'll do is we'll go back here, and then hopefully, yes, the phone is still there. If it's not there, what you'll do is you'll reboot your phone, and then your phone will appear again. That's the only downside to Reflector. It's a little glitchy in that sense, but once you unlock the privacy from the camera menus, I'll show you that again before I end the video. So you can stretch it out. But what's great about this is that it automatically sometimes responds to your, usually it will rotate, but see, now it's not rotating. When it works, it works. Well, it works when I went that way, and then it went that way. But this is great. You can just give a little tour scene live. So yeah, so again, in case you're wondering about the settings, you go to your system preferences, and then from your, the only things that you can't access, see, I can't get anything from in there. So I can't, there's no bring to front. If I go to window, zoom in, bring all to front, right? See, it still won't let me. But thankfully I have dual monitor, so I can just do it from here. But now you guys can see. So to fix that, you're like, wait, what the fuck is happening? All right, so I'll just shrink that and then bring this back over in case you guys forgot. All right, so what we do is we go into, I'll just put that there. Okay, remember it is privacy and security, and then you select camera, and then the Reflector app, make sure it's on, and then that should help override any troubleshooting or things that might be happening with your Reflector app, so you don't have this experience. You want this experience, and then you can just go back to it like that. Voila, and I can show you stuff. This is let's see, another build that we did. You just want to make sure that you're not mirroring. That's the only downside to the other one. So when you're using, I believe there was another app that we were using. Let's just run a quick test and see the difference between the two. I know one of them, when you're mirroring, it might show everything backwards. Maybe they fixed it. Hopefully they fixed it. Let's see if they fixed it. And if I go here, camera. No, it's fine now. It wasn't like that before. There was a time when things were backwards, but it's not, which is great. And now we can just quit that. But in order to quit that, I have to scroll down, go here, stop mirroring, and see, now you would think that it would switch back to what it was, but it's not. So then you close the X, and then now I go back, and then hopefully, like I said, your device is still there. If it's not, reboot the phone, and now we're back to where we were. Of course, remove that. See, it sort of almost crashed a little bit. It's not letting me move it over. Let's see. See, that's the only glitchy thing on that end. But other than that, that's it. Yeah, that's how. Anyway, that pretty much sums it up on how you use the reflector app. I hope this video helped you in better understanding on how to troubleshoot and the different techniques you'll have to use or may not have to use when it comes to getting the application up and running. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.